guys, welcome back to another weekend edition of the Sparkling Tuna Cup, the STC week number 74. That's a lot of weeks, that's a lot of tunas, and welcome. Of course, I'm your host, Live VIP, and I'm joined by these amazing players, the people in the chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome one and all to your weekly dose of open StarCraft. The bracket is live, the bracket is stacked, and we are raring to go. We have our first series ready for you and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. In the bottom left-hand corner of Snowpiercer, we have the French Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Berserker Esports. It is Matt. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, he just raided us. Big shout out to, of course, the South Korean Protoss player, the Teal Protoss. A shout out to LunaSea for the raid. Big shout out to LunaSea, of course. He was laddering, he was streaming just before the event, did give us a beautiful raid here as we were going through the countdown screen, and now he is here, now he is raring to go as well in the round 16. If you're in the chat, you know what time it is. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you believe will take the series. Will go the way of Matt or the way of LunaSea. Oh boy, it could go either way. Again, both LunaSea and Matt, they're both GMs, they're both, I want to say, comparable in skill here. I do think that we're going to have quite an interesting match here to kick things off. And as a reminder as well, this event is on the PTR. This is as we have been hosting our events over the past couple of months here, is on the PTR, on the new balance, or on the new proposed changes to the game, to the patch, alongside the new map pool as well. As always. Again, we're nearing kind of, I assume, the end of the lifespan of the PTR. It has been quite some time at this point, and it is theorized that, you know, in the coming weeks we may see this go live. Until then, we're still looking to host our events on the PTR to give as much feedback and as much just feedback as possible here, as much experience and as much matches onto the PTR, just to provide the most we can here, the most data we can, to make sure that the release is as smooth as possible. For now, it is going to be 2-gate. It's going to be a 2-gate opener out of LunaSea. Interesting. Of course, we are loading into Snowpiercer, the largest map in the proposed map pool. Very large map. Despite that going double gateway, this can typically lead into additional adept production, into 2, then 4 adepts. Interesting that LunaSea did just open up with a singular adept here into a delayed expansion. So a bit of a later nexus here by LunaSea, just playing very safely at the start of the game. I do not blame him, as he's just now scouting across the map, getting rid of what's going on. The queens are out, the lings, they shut down the scouting probe, but Matt is known for being hyper-aggressive. Matt, he can be quite cheesy. We have seen him cheese the hell out of Trap in the past on Golden Aura. That is still burned into my mind, seeing Matt just cheese the hell out of Trap, but at least here on Snowpiercer is going for more or less a standard opener. Does have some links from map control. Outside of that, though, is happily droning up, saturating his natural base, and getting into his third. So far, so good. Adept is threatening a shade, but for the time being, Matt, he is keeping up here with the adepts, just keeping up with the shades, and LunaSea is soon to go for a set. Oh my god, what a Jesus! I'm having a hard time piecing this together here, because clearly LunaSea is terrified. He's checking for a third. I was saying that Matt has a reputation, but again, Matt is droning, and now LunaSea will check. He will confirm there is a third base. Looks like LunaSea, yeah, he did overreact. He did finish up 2 shield batteries as well. Just, it looked like he was certain it was going to be a 2-base all-in, only just now scouting. So a late scout by LunaSea does mean that he overinvests here into his gateways, into his shield batteries, and following this up, he's going for a Twilight Council. Checking the vision here of Matt. Does check, he does confirm, does get eyes on the tech of choice. Matt is fully aware of the, I would imagine, either glaive or DT based opener of the Twilight Council. So Matt knows. Matt is aware that something is amiss, and it's a porque no los dos. Why not both? Is it going to be glaives? Is it going to be DTs? It's going to be both. As we stay in gas, we have not pulled out. It's going to be glaives alongside Dark Templar, and Matt, he comes in to rescout, to reconfirm. Ooh, this is brutal, and he will. Matt, he dives back in, he sees everything, he sees the researching Twilight Council, sees the gases, and up, he should see the Dark Shrine. Check the, there we go, he does check for the Dark Shrine, he does confirm, he sees all that he needs to. Meanwhile, across the map, but say shade into the mineral line, 2, 3 drones going down, getting a 4th, getting a 5th. Oh my god. 5 drone kills, very nice damage so far here by LunaSea. Shades into the main, getting even more damage, and this is even before glaives. Before Glaive's link speed does kick in, he will shut this down, but that is 8 drones. That's a little bit too much. 8 drone kills already. Yeah, Yeah, far too many losses here for Matt. He may have scouted, but he still has to execute the defense. Meanwhile, he scouted, and we see a cancellation of the Dark Shrine. Makes sense. Does make sense here. LunaSea, he knows he got scouted. He cancels the Dark Shrine. He's committing here into Glaives, and he is expanding instead. Interesting. So instead of teching, he's going to be expanding, going for a faster third base, but he still has to rely on these adepts to get across the map to get some more damage. So far, it's been a good start for LunaSea, but he is looking for more. Looking for more damage back. Aye. It's back at home. Roaches are amassing. Matt did saturate his third base at least somewhat. He has his Spore Crawlers in position. Oh my god, LunaSea is going into double Stargate. He's crazy. Oh my god. Okay, we have layers. We have layers to the build. We're moving out with those Glaive Depths. Again, the Glaives has been done for quite some time, but we have yet to move out. Bearing in mind, no Robo. No Robo. What does that mean? That means no War Prism. No War Prism to reinforce, no War Prism to juggle these units to get into the main. So this is going to be quite committed, and reinforcements are not going to be available here to LunaSea. Does reveal himself on creep, but there should be plenty of Roaches here in position. Oh, there's no wall. There's no wall at the natural. They shade into the natural. They shade into the main. They do commit. Drones are going to be targeted down. Roaches will clean this up, but not without losing another 6, another 8. Oh, but 8 drones. Jesus. Calm down. 8, 9 workers falling. Oh, he gets 10. He gets 10 drones towards the end. LunaSea just having his way with the mineral line. 10 worker kills. He cripples the economy. Matt, he's down to 46 drones. He does now re-drone. He's getting into +1 range, getting into roaches, into the lair. And alas, because of that, he won't be able to counterattack. Does have a good chunk of roaches, though. Would love to see a counterattack, but he most likely is going to be waiting for roach speed as he moves out with his lings. Keeps the roaches back at home. Does keep the roaches back at home. Lings, they confirm the third base is getting saturated. Behind this double Stargate into Mass Phoenix is amassing here for LunaSea. And Matt has no idea. Matt has no idea what is going on. Again, a very unorthodox follow-up here from LunaSea. Not standard whatsoever. And it's going to be an odd kind of follow-up here. Going into Immortals will be more secure for LunaSea. Going into Mass Phoenix, I mean, sure, he can pick away some high-tech units. He can wreak havoc in the mineral lines, but against a mass amount of Roach Ravager, this won't be the cleanest defense here from LunaSea, assuming that Matt does go for a Roach all-in. Matt, he's drawn up to 64, he's drawn up to 3 base saturation, he's getting a 4th base, but I would not be surprised if this 4th is just for Larva, and he just goes for a big 3 base all-in instead. Overlord speed is on the way. That should be for, I mean, maybe even Drop Lords for the Queens to support as well. Speaking of Drop Lords, yep, there we go. Drop Lords are on the way. It is going to be an all-in here from Matt. It's all or nothing, and this kind of quite hard, but as I did mention, I mean, it's all or nothing for Matt. He did stumble his way into the mid-game. He lost far too many drones, I'm afraid to look, but he lost 18 workers throughout the course of the early game. That was just so much damage. It does slow down the all-in. As he moves out, Phoenixes are moving in. Phoenixes are moving in. Void Ray production has begun. Here comes the all-in. You got Roaches, a handful of Ravagers. Overlord's getting caught out. Queen's getting picked off as well. And here we go, Matt. He does hit the 3rd. And it's only Adepts. No Immortals. No Immortals, no Disruptors. Phoenixes are across the map. They recall back home. But even with the Phoenixes, I mean, what are they going to do? Pick up 1 Roach at a time? I mean, they have to. Again, LunaSea, he forced the all-in. He doesn't really have much on the ground. There's that 1 Immortal, but again, it is exposed. Let's get the hell out of the Lings. Lings, they lock down the Immortal. And it's gonna fall. Oof, massive pickup. Meanwhile, Matt, he does bust into the natural. Ling Roach spotting into the main base, getting into the natural mineral line as well. Probes are falling. And this will not be a clean defense here for LunaSea. He will eventually clean this up. That's going to be 11, 12, 13, 15 probes going down. He's not subbing. He's not stopping back. 30. Oh my god, 34. 34, 49. He's not stopping. 50. Jesus, Lings, they hit the 3rd base. They're in the main base. They're in the natural as well. And again, Phoenixes, this is what I was concerned by. Phoenixes, they do not defend well at all here. They have to lift up 1 unit at a time. Lings, they wreak havoc. Phoenixes are running out of energy. That's going to be 61 probe kills. Oh my god. That is insane damage. And the all-in does pay off again. This Gambit's going into Mass Phoenix as the follow-up after Adept Harass was not the play. It was not the play whatsoever. Again, LunaSea, he forced the all-in after killing so many drones. And it was not ready for Roaches, not at all. And that's on LunaSea. as that's going to be 63 probe kills. He is down to 5 workers. He had such a strong start to the game, but alas, now he is crumbling. Meanwhile, Matt is getting into Hydras. He has anti-air. Phoenix is getting picked up. GG gets called, and Matt takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Let's go. GG, well played. Matt does start things off with a win. That was a very chaotic game, is what I will say. As a reminder, I would say that LunaSea had a big edge here by crippling the economy, by killing so many drones with the original vanilla Adept harass and the glaive Adept harass as well. He just wreaked havoc and just pulled Matt apart. He forced the all-in. The all-in was really the only thing available here to Matt. He could not macro out of it, and LunaSea happened to be going double Stargate Phoenix as a follow-up, which again, it doesn't really lend well to defending against things like Roach all-ins. Roach Ravager-based all-ins, they can wreak havoc as we saw, and GG. GG, well played. Matt does fight back. And now we're getting into game number 2. We're going to be loading into ley lines for that second game. Let's go. Let us go. Phoenix against Roaches is LunaSea. I'll be here all week. Ah, you're an animal. Aye, aye, aye. You're not wrong, though. You're not wrong. Shaking my head. As we're getting into game number 2. And again, I do favor LunaSea in general here if we were to go into a more standard setup, but that was not a standard game, and we're now getting into game number 2. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines, we have the French Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Berserker Esports, leading the series 1-0. It is Matt. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Teal Protoss player from South Korea down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can force the Ace match. I want to believe he can. It is LunaSea. Again, the pressure is on. Can LunaSea recover and bounce back? Again, we need to just calm things down. You know, it can be fun, you know, going into like double Stargate Mass Phoenix, but we have to be some standard play. You know, glaive adepts into immortal production, into like a bay, into disruptors, or just even into just immortals, into blink stalkers. Like regardless, we just need to calm things down, and we'll see if we can get there. Until then, though, we do have our gate expand setup. Likewise, we do see Matt going for a hatch gas pool. Standard opener. Standard opener out of Matt. Nothing wild, nothing crazy. And hopefully LunaSea doesn't overreact either. As a reminder, if you remember in the last game, LunaSea, he missed the scouting of the third base, and he thought it was an all-in, and he went for like extra shield batteries, and it was just a bit of a more chaotic start. Here though, gate expand. Gate expand into Cybercore. Everything looking normal. Keep going. Are going to be settling in. Also, shout out to all those tuning in the chat. I see Nikachu in the chat. Lajos, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Bienvenidos. See Alex, Paul. Good to see you all. As we are nearing the end of the weekend, of course, we're here this lovely Sunday evening. Cool. Before we get into the rest of our open cups, as a reminder as well, geez, a Home Story Cup is right around the corner. It's in less than a week. We're going to be a part of that as well, and it's going to be a very intense weekend, next week, I should say, with Home Story Cup. It's this week, upcoming weekend, right? Let me just double check. Yeah, this weekend. Jesus. Time flies, Bobby. Time flies. As Matt is getting his third, getting his natural saturated, so far so good. Just droning on up quite happily here. Getting to link speed, pulling out of gas. Again, nothing wild here by Matt. And LunaSea going for his tech of choice. This time going to be a Stargate opener. Now, I don't fault, or I should say that, again, LunaSea's build of choice, his opener of choice last game was quite successful. Going into Glaive Adepts, I would not have been opposed to him going for Glaives again. This time, though, Stargate, Oracle, into a third. I mean, this is as standard can be. It's possible that after losing game 1, LunaSea, he might just be like, you know what, I'm gonna just calm down and just play out my game. We'll stop being fancy. I'm here for it. am here for it. As the first Ultimates do move out. Oh, never mind. They threaten to move out. Last they do cancel the shade. Matt does confirm that Eps is still back at home. And meanwhile, a big shout out, Shema, Papi Shema. Ah, God, Papi God. Thank you so much for the resub. Cash him in the chat. Oh my God, for 14 months. Over a year of support. Thank you so much, Cash. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all that you do for the community, for StarCraft, whether it's with Illegalac, whether it's with Wikipedia, whether it's with, oh my God, as that's going to be a kill on the Spore Crawler. Jesus. As the first 5 drones go down, the first Orc, we're getting so much value. So much value there. 5 drone kills and a Ling. Not quite killing the Spore, but 5 drones nonetheless. Very nice damage. Oracle gets the hell out of there, so he's a little bit distracted. But thank you so much, Cash, for all that you do, and thank you so much for the support as well. Gracias, gracias. I know that the House Galactic battle is right around the corner. Looking forward to that as well. Not gonna lie. Oh! As Ling's a threaten to dive. And it is gonna be a Forge follow-up. Oh my God, wait, what? What is happening? Sorry, I look away for one moment and I'm like, oh no, yeah, LunaSea is playing standard. You know, he's opening up Oracle into a third base. Our last third base is delayed. Lings, they hit the third once again. It should not go down. We should be able to hold on to it, but the third base is a little bit later than usual. And I wonder if Matt is aware of that and what could it be? I would have never guessed. He's rushing into a mothership. LunaSea, what's going on? Mothership and +1 attack. Like, what's happening? This looks like a charge. No, I was gonna say a charge all in. So this looks like we're rushing Mothership to recall into the main. That's what this looks like. This looks like a fake third base, rushing Mothership. It's gonna skirt around the edge of the map. It's gonna go for the main base, and we're going for like a vanilla gateway sentry all in, force field the ramp, end the game. That sort of kill move. Oh, he's getting in. Overlord is getting into the main base. Where's the anti-air? Phoenix does reposition. Oh, and the Mothership is going to be revealed. Oh, he sees +1. Oh, what does he see? He sees a fleet beacon. Just barely does spot the fleet beacon. And will he spot the Mothership? He will. Oh, just barely does spot the Mothership. Was Matt looking, though? He does see the fleet beacon, is aware that something is wrong. Is amassing queens. He should be aware that there was nothing being researched from the Stargate. Like, okay, if you take some time, you can piece it all together. He saw the fleet beacon, he saw the lack of anything building from the Stargate itself. He should be aware that a mothership is on the way. Lings are amassing. Hydrogen here for Matt. But is it going to be in position here for the recall? Yeah, mass sentry. This should be a recall into the main. Should be. Aye. As that is a lot of sentries, but I feel like the mothership should already be moving out. Mothership should be moving out across the map already at this point. And when I say moving out, I mean skirting around the edge. It's actually joining the main army here. Lings, they poke in. And LunaSea, he is somewhat saturating his third base. Setting up station traps, now moving out. But because of the mothership staying with the main army, it looks like no, it's just going to be a straight up push. Interesting. So he's not going for the recall. Just a straight up frontal assault here from LunaSea. I mean, that is a lot of sentries, and where are the Ravagers? I mean, there is a Roach one, no Ravagers whatsoever here, so these sentries, they can pop off. Here comes the pylon, that's going to be to reinforce. Lings, they hit the third. Oh my god. Couple of birds go down. LunaSea distracted for a moment. Okay. What's happening? What's happening right now? That's not even a gateway. It's gonna be a nexus. What's going on? He is pushing in, and he does have a mass amount of hallucinated units. But I mean, with force fields, it should be enough. Like, to be honest, without Ravagers, he can just force field the army. There we go. The force fields are brutal. Hydras, they can trade here against the sentries, but there's a slow zone. Hydras have started stepping forward. Is there detection? There is not. Oof, and so many Hydras are going down here. They're trying to trade, but there's no detection. They're trying to go for the mothership. They don't touch the main army. And that's going to be game. That's going to be game then and there. GG gets called, and LunaSea ties up the series 1-1. GG. The hell did I just watch? What just happened? GG, well played. For those that are curious what just occurred in that fight, there was no detection from Matt. So because of that, the Hydras, they were move commanding forward and they were trying to attack the mothership because that's all they could see. They could only see the mothership. So LunaSea pulls back the mothership, still within range, cloaking his main army, and the Hydras, they just melt. They just did nothing there, trying their best to get on top of that mothership, and GG. LunaSea does tie it up, and we are going to the ace match. We are going to game 3, and we'll see how this story ends. We'll see if this goes the way of Matt or LunaSea. Some crazy build so far from our Protoss player. Very difficult to read. Again, I just assumed that he was going to be heading into the main, going for a recall, but no, just a frontal assault instead. I mean, it worked, I guess. It did work in the end. True. At the same time, Matt was unfortunately underprepared. He was underprepared. I mean, I don't blame him. It was just a really unorthodox move out. If he had some Roaches and Ravagers, then he could have dealt with those force fields, could have taken a slower approach to engaging with the main army, but he was stuck with purely Ling Hydra. And Ling Hydra, as you saw, is a very fragile composition. Very fragile, and was shut down. Was shut down there, and here we go. We're getting into the ace match. Let's go. Let us go. As we're just setting up that final game, that final lobby. And we're getting into Whispers of Gold as that final game. We never found out what the proxy nexus was for. I think that was I think that nexus was overconfidence from LunaSea, or I should say, I guess, confidence. Overconfidence implies that like it was a bit of a failing from him, but I mean, it worked. It worked. Maybe a little bit frustrated after what happened in game 1, and now we're getting into game number 3. Here we go. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Whispers of Gold, we do have the French Zerg player, the Red Zerg. Representing Berserker Esports, it is Matt. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Teal Protoss player from South Korea, tying up the series 1-1, and we'll see if he can take the series in the end, and if he can bring it back, it is LunaSea. Here we go. As Matt this time is going for what looks to be... Oh, never mind. I was going to say 15-15, but he does make the Overlord. So it's just going to be a standard opener here by Matt. And will be forced to take the unnatural natural. So hatch first here by the Zerg player. Likewise, LunaSea going for the Gate Expand. And we'll keep a better eye on our players here. I mean, last game I assumed was going to be a standard opener. Oracle first, but it went Oracle into Phoenix, into Fleet Beacon, into Mothership. It was crazy. We'll see what comes next. Here we go. F shutdown and DNS. True. Yeah, Drogo has been inactive. Has been inactive for a while. But Shutdown and DNS are not inactive. They're amazing Protoss players. Are amazing. At one point, they were the Platinum Heroes boys for a while. A couple of seasons ago in WTL, they did carry the Platinum Heroes in their seasonal World Team League. True. So now we are settling in. And we'll see where this takes us. As a Cybercore soon to finish, then we can get into our tech of choice, whether it's a Stargate or a Twilight Council or a Robo or a Forge. I mean, clearly anything is possible. So our eyes are going to be on LunaSea. As so far, everything's looking as it should. LunaSea checking for the third, looking to delay, but the Lings are here, and the probe should be shut down. Probe is going to be forced back. I see in the chat someone's asking, who's Matt? Matt, he is a GM French player. I would say, like, I guess an amateur player or a semi-pro. He's on Berserker. He's been, of course, rising through the ranks of the European ladder. I mentioned before that one of his biggest accolades is taking down Trap. Did defeat Trap, and we did cast stats like a month ago, I want to say. But once again, a very aggressive build here. LunaSea going for a Glaive Adept opener. It's going to be Twilight Council into Glaives and a Gateway Explosion. It's going to be a 3-gate setup so far with a Robo. 4th Gateway is on the way. War Prism behind this as well. This is a more traditional version here of Glaives, as opposed to what we saw in Game 1, which was Glaives with DTs, and that was a little bit more chaotic. But I do like this from LunaSea. If you were here for Game 1, LunaSea did so much economic damage with his Adept's Harass, and we can see him replicate that. We'll see if we can do it again. Overlord does poke in, does get eyes on the Gateway setup, and he sees all the Adepts. He knows. He is aware of what's coming his way. Roach Horn gets thrown down here at the 4-minute mark. So far, good response out of Matt. Very nice response. We might be seeing some safety Spore Crawlers as well, if he does believe it's going to be DTs alongside this. Lingers are massing to keep up with the Shades. And we'll see if we can minimize losses here, as that's going to be a lot of Adepts. So far, 11. 11 Adepts wobbling in. Head towards the 3rd. So far, the first Queen is going to be going down. Drones are, for the most part, kept safe and sound. The workers are saved. 3rd base under fire. Roaches are amassing. But the 3rd base is getting very low. And it may just go down. Up. Yeah, that's already a massive amount of damage. At the same time, War Prism into the main. Lings are keeping up. I mean, Matt, he's holding, he's surviving, but at a cost of an expansion. Even some Roaches as well. Yeah, 2, 3 Roaches going down. Adepts a shade back. LunaSea focusing on his Adept harassing the main. Oh. Prism getting low. Prism's getting very low, and Matt, he is keeping up. Adepts, they do come back. Oh no, not again! They get a 2nd kill. That's a kill, not a cancel on the hatchery. Ay, ay, ay. Hatchery goes down for a 2nd time. And Matt, he's in trouble. Now, similarly to Game 1, I will reiterate that because Matt has taken so much damage, he should be looking to go for an all-in. We should be seeing an all-in here. Gases are being taken. Lair is on the way. This might just be for something like a setup for a German taxi or just roach speed into aggression. We'll see when Matt cuts worker production. Likewise, LunaSea should be expanding. There we go. 3rd base is now on the way. This time, LunaSea going for a much more standard follow-up into Robo production, into Immortals. Again, this is kind of what we should have seen in Game 1, and what we didn't, which is why why Matt got out of control. As LunaSea is going to be pushing. Lings, they do hit the 3rd. They will force a cancel, but here comes LunaSea. And what is it at home to defend? There's sure a handful of Roaches. They're busy in the main. Lings have to respond. Roaches do respond as well. But LunaSea, yeah, he goes for the kill. There's just not enough in position back at home, and GG gets called. LunaSea will take the series 2-1. GG. GG, well played. A much cleaner game here in the ace match from LunaSea, despite the chaotic nature of Game 1 and Game 2. Game 3, a lot more standard. A lot more standard in its execution, I should emphasize. So, well played there by LunaSea. But a shout out to Matt for, creating a series out of this, for taking the first game as well, and for being able to make to be able to fight back against someone like LunaSea. Well done. Well done to Matt. GG, well played. With that, LunaSea will advance on into the next round, and now we can take a moment here to have a look at the bracket and figure out where we are and where we are headed. Let's go.